Hey, Mark. How are you? Thanks for your time.
No
Apparently,
worries.
Damien doesn't want to ask the first question today, so I don't know what's going on with you guys, but I know the motto always is when a guy goes down with an injury, next man up, but really
Okay.
there is no next man like Ricky, so
Hmm.
he's a difficult guy to replace, but it probably means more playing time for you, maybe a different role for you. How are you guys addressing this or accepting this as a team, the idea that, you want to win it for Ricky, I'm sure. How are you going to go about doing that?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna miss Ricky out there. Special player. Everyone can see that. Definitely irreplaceable, right? He just brings something completely different that anybody can really bring. So yeah, in that aspect, we're really gonna miss him. Yeah, and then we have to move forward. The game stops for no one, and we just gotta sort it out, and that's Greg's job, and we'll see how that goes. But we're definitely gonna miss Ricky out there. Our heart is with him, and it definitely gives us just another reason to go out there and give it our all for him, right? Yeah,
Hey, Mark.
yeah.
Sorry about not going first. What is this season meant to you coming off of last year and to get the group to where you guys are now? What has this
Yeah.
all meant to you?
Yeah, it's definitely special. It's definitely flew by compared to last year, where you're just hoping for the season to end sooner than later, right? But this year has just been fun, right? It's been fun. It's been exciting. Everyone's enjoyed everyone's company and playing with each other. It's been great. You just kind of are now at the end of it, and you're just like, wow, we're already here, right? Like it flew by. So yeah, definitely, that's always a good thing, and that always is a special thing to have. When time's just flying by and you're enjoying each other and you're getting results and you're having fun out there. So it's definitely really special, to have that. It's really rare to come by. And that's definitely, especially for like a recipe for good things to come out on the pitch and just overall off the pitch as well. So yeah, in that aspect, it's been really special. It's been real fun, and we got one more to go. So definitely the job's not finished, and yeah, we got our eyes set for this weekend for sure.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Hi.
Hi, Mark. Zooming out a little bit.
Yeah.
For the young Mark who grew up in the backyard of this
Right.
club,
Yeah.
I remember how exciting it was when you were brought to the Galaxy, but
Right.
now to be playing for an MLS Cup with
Right.
this club. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, it's definitely really special. It hits definitely different being home with family, playing in front of family. It's definitely, it hits a special spot. And I can definitely get all emotional and all that, but I'm gonna hold that until when we're lifting that cup. Um, so definitely gonna save that for a special moment, but definitely is something I don't take lightly, and yeah, it's just all a lot of more of a reason to just get out there and give everything I have just to show and put on for my city, right, and my family. So yeah.
And your relationship with Greg,
Mm-hmm.
it's special because it's not just refined to this club. Have you kind of gotten a sense of what it would mean for him to win here?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen from knowing him early on, them always talking about, the Galaxy and their special years and everything, how they got to where they're at. And obviously, now being here and now representing the Galaxy and seeing, like throwback photos of him and the team and, Dan and all these other, Gato, all these other guys who I've grew up watching, and now I'm on the other side of it where I'm representing them. And you definitely can create something really special. And I just want to, at the back of my mind, I just I want to be part of that history, and I want to make people proud, and hopefully create more history, and put another star on that badge, right? And be locked in history and all that stuff and be forever remembered, right? And yeah, that's the ultimate goal there. So it's definitely something sentimental and very special that, it's a goal that I'm thriving for. So yeah.
Justin?
And Mark, on that idea of sentimentality and history, if I'm not mistaken, you're from the LA area. What does it kind of mean to play in an LA versus New York championship match, the history that brings and the rivalry that brings with it?
Yeah, I don't know too much of the MLS of the New York and LA history, but I know in just sports in general, it's a big thing and a big rivalry, right? Both cities have a lot of pride to represent their own, right? So it's definitely in that aspect, it's a big thing, right? East Coast versus the West Coast, right? So we just had the Dodgers versus the Yankees, right? Now we're having, Los Angeles Galaxy against New York Red Bulls. So it's definitely something real special and something real big. And, we're just, hopefully we can make the city proud and have, that trophy lifted at the end of the day with us, right? So hopefully we can get the job done. Yeah.
All right,
thank
we'll
you.
transition to Zoom now.
Thank you all. We are going to get the Zoom portion started with Alex Ruiz, followed by Joe Lowry. Alex, whenever you're ready.
Hey, Mark. Thank you so much for your time. Want to ask you, obviously, the last couple of years, maybe for the Galaxy, you guys haven't, gone this far, right? I'm just curious to know, just how are you feeling physically? I know it's been a long season. You guys had the break in between the playoffs, physically and mentally. Just where are you at right now? Thank you.
I'm in a good place. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I was flying, and then, it became a grind. So, you get your ups and downs, and definitely needed to work through that. But it's all part of it, and it's all part of the job. And now we're at this point, and I've been really feeling like I've been turning a quarter and getting back to where I was before, right? Where mentally I'm clear-minded and playing freely and locked in as well, and physically I'm getting back to where I was. Definitely strong, explosive, shifty, making runs, and just all around locked in with a lot of clarity. So definitely feeling really good going into this game. So yeah, I'm excited for it and looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Next up, Joe Lowry, followed by Daniel Ole. Joe.
Hey, Mark, Joe from Backheel.com. Thank you for taking time to do this. You've played against Red Bull teams before, many times. From your experiences against them in the past, what are the signs of you being on the field, maybe 15 minutes into the game and you're there thinking, man, things are going really well in this game, or 15 minutes into the game, things aren't going so well? Like, from when you played the Red Bulls before, what are some of those signs that you remember thinking early in games about, hey, things are moving in the right direction, or they're not so much?
I mean, there's not really a sign when you're playing against a team like the Red Bulls. I played against them many times. It's hectic. It's high press. It's all out. They got a lot of. I would refer as like people who are just like machines, and they can just run and they can go for the whole game, right? So they make the game difficult. They do their best to make it very hard and erratic, and it's not really a sign where you're like, okay, we got this, right, until the ball finally hits the back of the net. And then momentum can shift a bit, and then that's when you can really feel like, all right, we got it. But you can never get into that mentality, especially against them and anyone else in this league, to be fair, but especially against them. You can give up a mistake or something, and they get numbers forward, and like I said, they're just waiting for that, right? So hopefully we can stay locked in the whole 90 minutes, be clear and sounded, and have everything taken care of, right? So hopefully things go well, and we'll make sure we're definitely prepared for all of the craziness that's going to be happening on the field.
All right, next up is Daniel Ole. Daniel, when you're ready.
Hey, Marky, thank you for your time. You guys have already been mentioning all about the Ricky situation, how spot. You guys want to win for him, for the city, for the fans. But in a personal note, do you feel like the team also needs to win? I mean, it's the ultimate goal, but it feels need to win to support Greg. You know, the last two seasons has been really rough. But is there any necessity, like, to show to prove that kind of support to Greg? Thank you.
I mean, I have a personal relationship with Greg, so I can just get up here and say, no, really, we're all one when we step out there, right? And every time we step on the field, we're all a team, right? We're not specifically going out there for anyone specific, right? But in this case, we just lost a very special player and someone who was very important to this team, right? So in this circumstance, right, we have Ricky in the back of our heads, right? But and to your question, I mean, Greg's putting together the plan, and we're going out there, and we're doing our best to execute, right? So we're definitely stepping out there as a team together, and not doing it specifically for him, but we're doing it for all of us, right? Because we've all had this long season and we've all grinded through it, right? So we're doing it for each and every person who has played a big part in this, from people on the field to people behind the scenes, right? And the people upstairs as well. So we've all got a part in this, and we're doing this for everyone out there.
We're going to take our final two questions from Zoom. The first will be to John Lupo, and we'll close with Robert Jalome. John?
Mark, with the history and the legacy that this franchise has with going for their sixth championship, and just also the historical nature of this matchup with the Red Bulls and the Galaxy, is there both extra motivation and extra pressure to deliver on Saturday?
I wouldn't say so. I see it as more as excitement, right? I mean, it depends how you see it. It depends how you use it, right? I use it as like more of it's exciting, and I'm using it as fuel to go out there and do the best I can. But more than anything, yeah, there is obviously, as much as you try to quiet it down or whatever, it is, there is that pressure created. There is the stories created, right? It's all out there, right? But I'm definitely seeing it more as just a challenge, an exciting challenge, and something real special, right? East Coast versus West Coast, LA versus New York. How good is that, right? So definitely excited for it and looking forward to it, and I'm sure everyone else is too. So we're all ready to step out there. So looking forward to it, yeah.
Excellent. And then we will close today with Robert. Robert, you are free to ask your question.
Thanks so much. Hey, Mark, ¿cómo estás? Thank you so much for your time here with Extra Time Talk. Greg called you the great bouncer on this team earlier this year. Given the way he wants to play, showing patience and picking your moments, how much does Ricky's absence, play into those emotions? And how do you, as an experienced player on this team, help the team kind of settle down into playing the game you guys want to play and not getting yourselves ruled by those emotions? And then really quick follow-up, what are some of the key moments that you think brought this team to this moment this year? Thank you.
Listen, Ricky, like I continue to say, Ricky's a big piece, but we're definitely going to miss him out there, but we know we want to win this more than anything for everyone, and especially Ricky, right? Because Ricky deserves to be out there. Unfortunately, had the injury, right, and he was gutted, right, and so were we, right? So we're definitely hoping, not hoping he'll definitely be around, but we're definitely feel his presence out there on the field, out there in training and everything like that. We know more than anything he wants to win this championship more than anyone, right? But we want to win it for him, and we're definitely going to look forward to it. And yeah, hopefully we can have him there. We can, do it for him, right, and do it for everyone. Like I said before, everyone involved in this, right? And Going for me personally, yeah, I mean, I know how Greg likes to play. I know the game really well. I've done this for a little bit now, right? So yeah, I'm 29 years old, but I've been around for quite a while. I know how this team plays. I know how this league works. I know how the playoffs go, right? But being the great balancer doesn't always get you the starting spot, right? But if I'm called upon, then I'll be ready. Like I always am, right? So yeah, we'll see when the decisions are made, and we'll see where we go from there. But I'm definitely ready. If it's coming off the bench like these last few games, I'm ready. If it's starting, I'll be ready, right? So that's definitely something I'll be waiting on, right? So yeah. There's another part to your question. I'm not too sure what it was. Oh, the big moments. Yeah. Okay.
What were some of the big moments that got you guys here to MLS Cup? Thank you.
Man. The ones that really stick out to me, I can't. There is a lot, honestly. There's a lot of clutch moments from everyone, right? From left to right, from top to bottom. I mean, for me personally, the game winner against KC, and then the one that sticks out to me as well is Mauricio Cuevas is his nickname. Mauricio Cuevas' amazing touch against Minnesota, right around the right back, and then the cross to Joseph Painstill, and then Edwin's banger against LAFC, right? It was out of nowhere, right? That was an incredible comeback. So those are the three that stick out to me, really, that I can remember on the top of my head, right? But there's plenty of moments from beginning to end, right? And I'm sure there's going to be more this weekend.
All right. Thanks for your time, Mark.
Yeah.